welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a video that I should have done a long time ago, but anyways, we're here now. I'm going to be talking about the pros and cons of Barnes & Noble Press. I have published 3 books with Barnes & Noble Press. 2 of them I have right here. The third one is in my car, so I don't have that right now. But yeah, I write poetry books. I'm currently working on a fiction book right now, which is very new to me, but we'll get into that later. Let's just hop straight into the point. Why you came here. The good thing is my pros list outweighs the cons. This is from my personal experience with Barnes & Noble Press. Other people could have, you know, a totally different experience with them, but for me personally, the pros outweigh the cons. And so if you're, you know, looking for a lot of information before you publish, I do suggest that you watch other videos as well on this certain topic. Don't just go based off one person and their personal experience. But I'm gonna be very straightforward with y'all, very authentic with y'all, and yeah, so let's get into the pros first. I like that Barnes & Noble Press has a very easy publishing process, y'all, especially for beginners. First of all, if you're a beginner, if this is your first book, I recommend everybody self-publish their first book. Because if you do want to publish traditionally, you know, with a big publisher, at least your book is out there and you're putting your name out there while you're waiting for a literary agent or whatever you need, because that stuff takes a lot of time. So at least get it out there first. And Barnes & Noble has an easy publishing process, literally step by step. They tell you what to do. And as long as your manuscript is ready to go, all you have to do is upload it, and it takes like 10 minutes to publish your book. There is a process, a 72-hour like wait for your book to actually show up on barnesandnoble.com. I have another video going like way deeper into the whole publishing process. I literally take y'all step by step. But when I tell y'all, it is literally the easiest thing. Like seriously, that's one thing I absolutely loved about it. Because me, when I did my first book, I had no idea what I was doing, no idea how to publish. And so yeah, going through Barnes & Noble Press was definitely very helpful for me. You can publish an ebook on there, or you can do a print book. And then another pro that I love about Barnes & Noble Press is that you can do like a personal book on there. Like if you want to write a book and like print it, but you don't want to publish it yet, you just want it like for personal, friends, family, things of that nature, you have the option to do that as well. And then if you want to like publish it later and get your ISBN, you can do that as well. So Barnes & Noble Press gives you that option. Another thing that I love about them is the quality of their books, y'all. Like they print so nice. Let me just show y'all. Now, I've never published with Amazon. I know some people who have, and so I'm not gonna say too much about it, but I feel like the quality of books that I've gotten off Amazon versus Barnes & Noble Press, I feel like the quality for Barnes & Noble Press is a lot better. So yeah, like I said, I write poetry books, so they're not very long, but this is my most recent one. And so this is pretty much what it looks like. I chose matte covers and like cream pages. And so let me tell y'all something. The quality is a 10 out of 10. I have to give it to you. Like seriously. And then another thing that I like about Barnes & Noble Press is that once you publish with them, your book is literally going to be on barnesandnoble.com. So not only can you like put the link in your Instagram bio or whatever you have and send it out to people, but anybody can go inside of any Barnes & Noble store in the country and purchase your book from Barnes & Noble, like straight from the store. Like, of course they have to order it, like they have to go to customer service and order it, but I think that's very cool. And another secret is that if your book just so happens to be returned by somebody and they go up to Barnes & Noble and return the book, your book is gonna be on the shelves in Barnes & Noble. Like, seriously. Like that's how I got one of my books in store. I was also an employee of Barnes & Noble, so I had the ability to actually have my books in store. But yeah, if they return your book, then they're going to take that book, that return, and put it on the shelf until somebody else buys it. And I feel like that's great because like anybody can come across your book and, you know, take it off the shelf and, you know, want to buy it and things like that. So I just thought that was really cool. Barnes & Noble Press also has lots of resources on their website. Like if you have any questions about marketing, all kinds of what is it called, shops you can do and things like that. So that's really good, you know, especially as a beginner author, it's your first time, like having all those resources on there is really clutch, a good thing. Now the money, okay, how we get paid, the royalty rates and things like that. I put it in the pros list, but still, like, of course you want 100% of your royalties, but you know, just think like they are doing the printing for you, because so you're not, you know, getting all of your money. So for ebooks, Barnes & Noble, you get a 70% royalty rate on ebooks, and then it's a 55% royalty rate on print books. Also, the size of your book and the number of pages matters as well. And so, yeah, that's one thing like to look into. But I put it in the pros list because it's not that bad. Like it's not that bad. You do have to sell at least like $10 worth in order to get paid. So if you don't do it within that first pay period, it will roll over into the next pay period. It just has to be more than $10, if that makes sense. And then it's a 30-day wait period after a purchase. I may be explaining this so bad, but yeah. Yeah, so that's with the royalty rates. And I think that was the last thing before I get into the cons. Hold on. I want to show y'all really quick what my book looks like on Barnes & Noble Press. So let me log in real quick. Okay, so this is my account with Barnes & Noble Press. So it has all the books that you wrote. This is the most recent one I have, and it says on sale, which means that it is currently available on barnesandnoble.com. It has the list price, the on sale date. If you want to take it off sale, you have that option right there. The other books that I wrote. So it'll show you like all the books that you have. And then on this other part, let me see right here. This is what I was talking about, like the resources. They have like self-publishing services. You can check your sales reports, marketing, things like that. So it's literally like just the most simplest thing. Like I said, I do have another video going like deep in depth on the whole publishing process. I also want to say, like, if you have any questions as I go through this, I'm going to leave my email in the description box. I do respond in a very timely manner. I try to get to everybody within a timely manner because I know what it feels like to really, really want to publish a book and do something, and you know, you need help and you don't know what you're doing. And so I've done this 3 times already, so I'm definitely always open to help people. And yeah. What else? If you are thinking about writing a book and you don't know what you're doing, just understand that you're not alone. Like I said earlier, I'm writing a fiction book right now and I don't know what I'm doing, but don't let that stop you from working towards a certain goal. One thing I always like to say is I will cross that bridge when I get to it. So if I don't know how to do something, I'm gonna just at least start, and then when it gets to that point, I'm gonna figure it out from there, because there's always help somewhere. But don't not do it because you're afraid of failing or you're afraid that it's not gonna work out. Like, I want to write a psychological thriller because I love writing, I love psychological thrillers, and I just think it would be very cool in this lifetime if I actually published a psychological thriller book. Millions of authors have done it. Why can't I do it? You know what I mean? So it's like, just go for it. You know, just literally go for it. You will figure it out along the way. Do not do it because you don't know what you're doing. You're afraid of failing. When I was writing my first book, I did not know how to write a book at all. All I had was hundreds and hundreds of poems stocked up in my journals and phone, and all I knew is I want to turn it into a book. And you just start, like literally, you just start typing and go from there. But yeah, if y'all have any questions, like I just wanted to say real quick, shoot me an email and I will definitely help you. So getting into the cons list, one thing that I cannot stand about Barnes Noble Press is that they don't have an actual customer service phone number. You have to send them an email and then you have to wait for them to respond. And sometimes they will literally take days to respond. And if it's like something urgent, like with me, I had like an urgent thing because I told everybody like my book was supposed to be published on a certain day. And also it's supposed to be in stores. So I had like hella people waiting and I couldn't get in contact with the customer service. I had to wait for them to email me. And then one time, like, I don't know if it was a bot emailing me back, but the email they sent me made absolutely no sense. There was typos and everything. It just looked extremely unprofessional. And I'm like, yeah, I don't like that at all about Barnes Noble Press, is that in order to contact customer service, like you can't talk to like a person on the phone. You have to email them and wait for them. So that is one thing I do want to point out, y'all. Now, I don't know, it could have changed. The last book I published was last year, 2024. And so I don't know, maybe they have an actual person now. But yeah, the shipping times, y'all, I feel like it takes forever to get the book. Like, I think, let me see. So standard shipping is 11 business days. Express shipping is 9. With hardcovers, it's 16 business days. And then express shipping is 14 business days. Now, I am the type of person, I need to work on my patience, but really like 11 business days, like Amazon has me spoiled because you can get your stuff within the same day with them. So I'm not used to waiting that long to get things that I order, but that's just something that I'm like, I don't really like that. But I mean, other than that, and then the problem that I had with my most recent book, because it was supposed to be published after that 72-hour period. I don't know what they had going on, but it took like almost 2 weeks to get my book actually published on barnesandnoble.com. And they never really gave me like an actual explanation. Like, but yeah, like they never really gave me an explanation. And that's really the only problem that I've ever had with them. So, I mean, all that revolves around, you know, just the communication and, you know, not being able to contact like an actual person. I don't like that about Barnes and Noble Press, but yeah. So far, like, y'all, those are the only things I have to speak on about Barnes and Noble Press. But clearly the pros outweighs the cons, and I can come on here authentically and like truly say that I do love Barnes Noble Press, and I will be publishing my next 2 books with them as well, because I am working on a fiction book and another poetry book. So yeah, check out the description box if you have any questions for me. I also have the links to my books there as well, and good luck to you all. Congratulations on becoming an author and taking that step towards becoming an author. And then yeah, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video.